Welcome back to another clay video. Today we are going to create the new glow Pikmin from Pikmin 4. I'm going to start this creation out with some foil, which is going to be essential for what I'm trying to create. First we need to keep smashing this foil together until we get a nice big mound. Now we can start coating it in some brown clay. It sounds really weird to say Pikmin 4 since I've been waiting for 10 years for this game to come out, but that was about the same gap of time between 2 and 3, so I hope we don't have to wait another 10 years for a Pikmin 5. After baking, it's still extremely hot. It even made a little heat bubble on my mat. Now, as usual, working with foil means that your clay is going to be very lumpy on the outside, so I'm going to use some more clay to cover up all of these little holes and make it a lot more smooth. Finally, on top we have this little rim, and let's add in some little ridges. After baking this again, we can start pulling out all of the foil to make this completely hollow. And as you can see, we get this crazy looking texture on the inside. Not that I think I could actually use it for anything, but it just looks cool. Now we need to cut out all of these random holes where the glow Pikmin come out of. Lucky for me, most of these holes are pretty crooked and random shaped, so my lack of ability to cut straight lines actually comes in pretty handy here. We have 3 sets of holes that get progressively smaller as we get to the top. Now we're done with the holes, but they're pretty messy, so I'm going to trim up the edges. After doing that, I think it looks a lot better, and we have this massive pile of shreds. And here's a quick view of the inside, because again, I think it looks really cool. For the first time ever in Pikmin games, you can go out at night. The enemies are crazy, and you have new glow Pikmin to help you out on your adventures. So my goal is to create this glowing. Plan A is to use Fimo Liquid, which I've used on tons of different creations before. This turned out to be one of those videos where it's very experimental. It's one of those things where you try to do something new and it just doesn't work out time after time, but no matter how impossible something seems, there's always a solution, you just need to find it. By the way, this liquid Fimo is so amazing. It's basically like a non-edible fruit roll-up. Sadly, as you can see though, it's very clear. So, moving on to plan B. We're going to use some translucent white clay, which is something I've never used before. So I'm not actually sure how translucent it's going to be after baking. Sadly though, this was so sticky it would not roll out flat. So moving on to plan C is just using some plain old white clay mixed with some yellow and green, and we'll just bake that as is. I was able to roll this out really thin in my pasta machine, and the light went through it before baking, but I'm kind of assuming it's going to be harder to get light through after I bake it. After I've glued all of these into place, you can see how much of a mess it looks like on the inside. And also, wear gloves when you use super glue. This took me an hour to scrape off. Now the first test. You can see it didn't light up that much, but there was some light coming out of it. So I wired it up, swirling through the whole thing with some tape, and now I think it glows much more evenly, but it looks much better when the lights are off. So now, moving on to the most important part, the glow Pikmin themselves. After extensively playing the first 3 Pikmin games over the years, I never once thought of exploring at night. It was always, the day is done, so it's time to move on to the next day. It just never came to mind. But honestly, I think this is a great addition to the Pikmin series. And after playing the demo, I can safely say this Pikmin game is going to be amazing. My favorite thing about these Pikmin is their eyes being uneven. I really like that they were able to give them uneven eyes and make them still look good. Sometimes when you make uneven eyes, things just look so dopey and weird, but they were able to pull it off. Here we have a freshly baked glow Pikmin. And for a few of these, I have to cut off a bit of the bottom so that we can stick it into the holes on the hive. Using some super glue, we'll just attach these all around the whole thing, and the back's a little bit empty, so let's throw this guy in here. Now, I found this fake grass as just a free carpet sample, but first we need to pass this on to our quality control. This grass has been approved by Zippy, so we can move on to assembling everything. I found some random things outside that I thought would look nice on this base, and I guess that is our final detail. So here it is, the new glow Pikmin from Pikmin 4. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.